one thing led to another, and what started as just a leisurely little drive on the Creston Salmo Pass ended up being a full drive-through of the Winter Wonderland. And the other side on the pass, as you can see, is very much snowed in. I didn't realize it was this bad. Kind of wishing I'd stayed in Creston. Why do I do things like this? Why can't I just have normal hobbies? Normal pursuits? Who am I kidding? I'm loving every minute of this. So I'm in Nelson, BC now. Like I said, ended up driving quite a bit further than I intended to, but whatever. Adventure, yay! So what I'm gonna do right now is just find a gas station just so I can top up. Also do a washroom break and everything too. I think I might have sussed out a place to sleep tonight. My original intention was to try and find something along the Creston Salmo Pass. Unfortunately, like I've said earlier in this trip, snow. Everything's snowed in. There is one spot with outhouses along the way. I wouldn't recommend using them right now though. The one outhouse I looked at was destroyed, like code brown up in here. Strict prohibition, security cameras. It's meant for truck drivers to stop and check their brakes before going down a steep hill. So I found a spot. It's technically a no-no spot. It's the entrance to a park that's closed for the season. There are a couple of other vehicle campers here as well too, so I think I'm going to make a go of it here. I usually try to avoid those areas, but with so many things snowed in, and I'd really rather not do another urban stealth camp tonight, my options are quite limited. So I'll get to bed in a bit here, get up early and be gone and out of here. I mean, if anybody does kick us out of here, the worst thing that's probably going to happen is they'll just tell us to beat it. So yeah, so I'm just gonna, my cab is a bit of a mess right now, and just mess of wires from all the editing and stuff. So I'm just gonna organize very quickly and get that all put away. After organizing the truck cab tech situation, it was time for bed. Or so I thought. Well, I guess I'm not going to bed yet. A couple of ladies just came out and lost their dog out here, so hopefully my flashlight battery lasts. And just grabbing my bear spray in case of, you know, scary woodland creatures. Yeah, because I did see, when I heard you two talking, I saw a dog run by, and I saw the dog come this way, but it's like a medium-sized dog, eh?
He is pretty big, but he's the, yeah, that was the Halton, the dog you saw.
Okay, I see tracks over here. I don't know if they're dog, but no, those are old. Well, after a late night romp around in the pitch black woods of the Kootenays, we were able to locate the girl's missing dog, and her friend have left. So when I originally got here, there were two vehicles here. One's still back there. I believe he's a vehicle camper. And then there was another vehicle that apparently was this girl's roommate. And I guess he'd let the dog out for a run here, and the dog ran off into the woods. So the girl who owned the dog had come to look for the dog. So yeah, I originally thought the other vehicle was a car camper. I thought there were two of them here, but I guess only one of them is a vehicle camper. But yeah, she got her dog back. Everything was good. I got some exercise. I am most definitely staying in the cab though, and I'm gonna let the heat run because my feet are a little cold. I really need to get some better shoes. I've got some winter boots in the back that I've been wearing periodically, but totally slipped my mind to put them on. So anyways, have a good night, everybody. That's my random good deed for the night, and I'm going to bed. Stay classy. It's day 4 of my trip. I slept in the cab last night. By the time I found a spot and after helping those 2 girls look for their dog, I was pretty beat. Didn't even feel like lugging any of my stuff to the back or even making the bed in the back. So I just snoozed in the cab and it was pretty good. It wasn't too cold last night. I had to start the truck up a couple of times to mostly just like warm my feet up and such, but otherwise it was good. It was peaceful. Saw one person come by walking their dog this morning, but otherwise it's just been me and that other, I'm assuming that's another car camper back there. So I think I don't have much of a game plan today. I think we're gonna head back to Nelson because I want to actually show you Nelson during the daytime. And at some point, I'd definitely like to make a nice hearty breakfast. I have eggs and bacon in my fridge that are just sitting there not getting used. And if they don't get used at all on this trip, I'd consider that a crime against humanity. And yeah, again, not really 100% sure what's going to happen. Another thing I do want to do as well, though, is I really want to get my part 1 video uploaded. It's been test watched, exported, it's all ready to go. So my part 1 of this trip, I want to get it uploaded. So on the day of recording this, that should be up later this evening. So while I was driving last night, I guess some jokester decided it would be funny to throw reflective lights on this tree here. So you can't really see it too well in the light, but in the dark, when your lights hit this thing, its eyes light up and it looks like some kind of monster, like just waiting to jump out and like rip your car in half. And to that kind of tomfoolery, I say, well done. Well, it looks like the ferry from this side of the land to Creston is running right now, and it looks like it's here and loading people up. So we're gonna hold off on breakfast for now and jump on the ferry. So for anyone not familiar with this area, there's basically 2 ways to get back to Creston. I had no idea the ferry would even be running this time of year and with COVID and all that. But basically we can either take the pass or we can take the ferry. And since the ferry is running, it's kind of neat because with this trip we'll get to see both routes back to Creston. And it'll also save us a little bit of gas too, because we just sit on the ferry and they take us to where we gotta go. It's still a bit of a drive to get back to Creston. I think it's about an hour from the ferry dock to Creston, but that's still significantly shorter than driving through the pass again. go, sweet, dry-ish land. Well, I think we can all agree, can't argue with the view here. This is absolutely gorgeous. The sun is out, and you wouldn't think that Arctic front's creeping in, but according to the weather forecast, it is. So there's no overnight camping here. It's a public boat launch just off the ferry port there. So we're gonna use it quick just to make some breakfast because I am getting hungry, and might hang out here a bit longer, don't know yet. It looks like the fridge is getting a little messy. That half an avocado I put in before I put it in a Ziploc bag looks like it left a bit of a mess, and it looks like a few berries fell out from the berries I had at the beginning of this trip, so I'll just go ahead and clean that up quick. There, much better. All right, let's bust those eggs and bakey out. We all knew this was coming. Time to tackle the dishes. Kudos to Rita for this small bottle of soap idea. Instead of bringing a big bottle that could freeze completely, just bring a little one. Winter camping really changes some of my habits and practices. During warmer times in the summer, I'm very disciplined about getting my dishes done right away, and usually the weather is favorable when the sun's out, that you're treated to nice warm weather while you're doing your dishes. A huge point of contention in the wintertime is water storage. Because it can get so cold, especially up here in Canada, you run the risk of your water freezing overnight. I have one of those big blue potable water tanks, and that thing can hold a monstrous load of water. Last summer, I was out camping frequently, including a week-long trip where I was using that for my drinking water, my dishwater, if I needed to use my shower bag or just splash some water in my hair and wash it quick. I was able to use that water supply for that, and I still had plenty of water left over by the end of the summer. I like that option too because it's less wasteful. I find in the wintertime, I'm very guilty of getting bottled water and contributing to more waste, unfortunately, whereas during the warmer times, I try to be as wasteless as possible. Fortunately, it was a beautiful sunny day today, despite the impending polar vortex on the horizon, and I was able to get these dishes done and no longer have them nagging the back of my mind. What a relief it is to have that done, out of the way, and packed up for our next use. I really wish I could stay here, enjoy the view, and spend the night here. But unfortunately, we'll have to hit the road and look for something else. Hey everybody. I'm just at my next camp right now. It's now nighttime. I took a bit of a break from recording today. I told myself I was going to do that at some point in the trip. I ended up getting my part 1 of the BC trip up on YouTube. That took a really long time. Not that I'm complaining. I mean, it's Wi-Fi on the road while I'm out of my truck. I'm glad it worked at all. That was definitely new territory for me. Other than that, just kind of bummed around Creston. Just kind of had a down day, which was really nice, just to, mentally recalibrate and just take it easy and not be all hustle bustle rushing to the next big thing like we are in the rat race of life. The place that I'm at right now, unfortunately, it's way too dark for me to show you anything. So assuming I don't get chased out by anybody, it is a little close to a rural neighborhood. So, fingers crossed. Once the morning comes, I'll show you the view. Absolutely killer view of Kootenay Lake. And I wish I could show you the stars right now. They look amazing. My camera can't pick them up though, but, just take my word for it. It's like something out of a movie. So I wanted to talk to you folks about something. As I've mentioned before, and it's been weighing on my mind and probably weighing on some of your minds as well too, about the whole weather situation, the Arctic vortex that we have in Alberta that is spreading out throughout Canada. It is rapidly spreading into BC. And as I said at the beginning of this trip, I came to BC to get away from that. It's making its way out to BC, and within the next day or two, it's going to get pretty miserable out here as well, too. So I had a chat with Rita today on the phone, and we've decided that we're going to be, we decided for me that I'm going to be cutting the trip short. Originally, the original plan was for me to stay out here for another couple of nights. I was then going to go back to Alberta. We were hoping the weather would maybe clear up a bit by then. And then I was going to get Rita, and we were going to do a few nights in Alberta. And then when Rita went back to work, I would do one more night solo, and that would make my 10 nights that I was shooting for. So this is night number 4, and unfortunately, I think that's where we're going to have to leave off, is 4 nights. I'm not happy about it. I am disappointed, but it's one of those things where I don't have any control over it. And, there is a point where, especially in Canada, with how insane the winters can get up here, it's there's a point where it's just dangerous and foolish to be out, especially this far from home. Like, I'm currently about 9 hours away from home right now. So I don't even really have a home to run to. If it got too bad, I'd have to look at maybe getting a hotel or something. I can guarantee you there will be more camps down the road. I'm hoping to get out on another big trip when things do warm up. And by then, winter won't be a factor. But yeah, I'm just going to get myself settled here. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
Hey everyone, it's 3:30 in the morning right now. And I just want to say it is so peaceful and quiet up here. And it's interesting because the weather report says that it's like -7 in Creston, and I'm not too far from Creston at all. And this is probably the warmest sleep I've had of the whole trip. Like, I don't even have the sleeping bag on. I just have the fleece blanket over me. And I'm like super comfortable and warm. My feet are warm. Like, it's weird. Oh well. I'm gonna get back to sleep though. Gonna try to be up early so we can get on the road. Oh, excuse me. Okay. Chat with y'all in a bit.
A few hours later, the temperature has plummeted several degrees, and it is cold, despite how sunny and beautiful it looks outside. As I stop to enjoy this beautiful view before I head back home, I have to pause and reflect. Am I disappointed my trip got cut short? Sure. But isn't that part of the truck camper life? Sometimes you go out and you find an amazing place. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes plans go the way you wanted them to. Sometimes they fall apart. You have to focus on the positive things and what went right. And personally, I'm grateful that we got to go out for 4 nights instead of not going out at all. It's time to head back home, but there will be more adventures down the road. Thanks for watching. Take care, everyone.